Alcatraz Island, located in San Francisco Bay, has a history steeped in mystery, intrigue, and transformation. Known primarily as the site of the infamous federal penitentiary, its significance extends far beyond the prison walls. From a military fort to a cultural symbol, Alcatraz's history reveals layers of human ambition, resilience, and adaptation. Today, it is a popular tourist destination managed by the National Park Service, drawing millions of visitors annually to explore its storied past and ongoing relevance. Before European settlers arrived, Alcatraz Island was known to Native American tribes in the region, including the Ohlone people. While it is unclear whether they inhabited the island permanently, they likely used it as a site for fishing and gathering or as a place of isolation and spiritual reflection. In 1775, Spanish explorer Juan Manuel de Ayala mapped the island, naming it La Isla de los Alcatraces, or the Island of the Pelicans, due to the large population of seabirds. When California became part of the United States in 1848 following the Mexican-American War, Alcatraz's strategic location in San Francisco Bay caught the attention of the U.S. government. In 1850, President Millard Fillmore reserved Alcatraz Island for military use. By the late 1850s, it became a fortified military installation equipped with 100 cannons to protect San Francisco Bay from foreign invasions during the California Gold Rush. However, Alcatraz never saw military action in this capacity. During the American Civil War 1861 to 1865, Alcatraz's focus shifted from defense to incarceration. The island became a military prison housing Confederate sympathizers, privateers, and soldiers accused of desertion or misconduct. Over time, it also housed Native American prisoners such as members of the Hopi tribe, who resisted forced assimilation policies. By the 1870s, Alcatraz had transitioned entirely to a prison, detaining military offenders and, later, civilians accused of treason. Its isolated location and treacherous waters made it an ideal site for housing individuals considered too dangerous to remain on the mainland. In the early 20th century, Alcatraz underwent modernization, including the construction of a reinforced concrete cell house in 1912, which still stands today. Despite these improvements, by the 1930s, Alcatraz was deemed obsolete as a military prison. The Army ceded control of the island to the U.S. Department of Justice in 1933, paving the way for its most infamous chapter. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary opened on July 1, 1934, designed to hold the nation's most dangerous criminals. Known as The Rock, it was a maximum security prison with minimal privileges, intended to deter others from breaking the law. The prison housed notorious criminals including Al Capone, the infamous Chicago gangster, was sent to Alcatraz in 1934 for tax evasion. His time on the island was marked by declining health and isolation. George "Machine Gun" Kelly, a gangster and kidnapper who spent 17 years at Alcatraz. Robert Stroud, known as the Birdman of Alcatraz, Stroud became an expert on bird diseases while incarcerated. Though he was not allowed to keep birds at Alcatraz. Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, the trio orchestrated a legendary escape in 1962 by crafting makeshift rafts and dummies to fool guards. Their fate remains a mystery. Life on Alcatraz was harsh. Inmates were confined to their cells for most of the day, and privileges such as reading, recreation, and work had to be earned. The cold, damp environment and the sense of isolation, amplified by the proximity of bustling San Francisco just a mile away, added to the psychological toll on prisoners. By the 1960s, Alcatraz had become expensive to maintain due to its aging infrastructure and high operational costs. In 1963, Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy ordered its closure. The remaining inmates were transferred to other federal facilities, marking the end of Alcatraz's prison chapter. In 1969, Alcatraz became the site of a major Native American protest. A group of activists, calling themselves the Indians of all tribes, occupied the island to draw attention to issues such as broken treaties, land rights, and systemic discrimination against indigenous peoples. They cited the Treaty of Fort Laramie, 1868, which promised surplus federal land to Native Americans. Although federal authorities forcibly removed the occupiers in 1971, their legacy remains a pivotal moment in the Native American civil rights movement. In 1972, Alcatraz became part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area under the National Park Service, NPS. The NPS has worked diligently to preserve Alcatraz's historical structures, including the main cell house, lighthouse, and military buildings. It was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1986. Today, Alcatraz Island serves as a major tourist destination, attracting over 1.4 million visitors annually. Tours offer visitors a chance to explore the prison's notorious cells, learn about its history, and experience the island's unique natural environment. Alcatraz Island is more than just a relic of America's criminal justice system. Its history spans centuries, encompassing roles as a military fort, federal penitentiary, site of protest, and cultural landmark. Today, Alcatraz continues to captivate visitors with its haunting beauty and rich stories, serving as a testament to resilience, change, and the enduring human spirit. Hope you liked this video. For similar videos, please click on the above thumbnails.